What if I told you that the relationships you develop in university can impact your mental health, your academic performance, and even your future career? A passionate entrepreneur, public speaker, and founder of UNINEST, driven to educate, inspire, and empower others to succeed. Amukelani, Maluleke. Let's explore why relationships in tertiary matter. The relationships in which you develop in university could play a huge role in where you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years. These relationships could either make or break you. In my ebook, The Unwritten Curriculum, I elaborate on the relationships and circles I had around me and how they impacted my journey through tertiary. In tertiary, there are four main types of relationships you'll find. These are your professional relationships, your romantic relationships, your friendships, and even your academic ships. These are the people who will shape the way you think and the way you act throughout your tertiary life. Let's dive a little bit deeper into each one of them. Let's start with your professional relationships. These are the people that will say your name in rooms in which you're not in, open doors for you, offer some sort of career guidance, and at some point play some mentorship role in your life. You don't randomly bump into these people. Sometimes it's your personality or being outspoken. But the most impactful way to meet these people is through passion, being passionate about something. That's when it's easier for them to connect with you because they probably went through the same pathway and don't want you to make the same mistakes they made. Through that passion, that is when you'll find yourself engaging in conversations and activities in which they are in. And that is when they will take the opportunity to offer you guidance. And trust me, it will not come as a formal offering. It will come in the heat of the moment in which you're pushing towards something you're about to break through. That is when they will be there. So if you want to build these professional relationships, find that one thing in which you're passionate about within your field. Be passionate about the academic side too. Therefore, it will be easy for you to have access to them. Moving on to academicships. These are the relationships that usually develop in class. There's always that one bright student in class. Your job should be to associate yourself with them, not necessarily be their friend, but learn which strategies they implement in order to be the best. And gradually, you'll start to use those same strategies onto yourself and find what's working for you. Then you'll also become one of the bright students in class by association. It's as simple as that. And remember, once you get to tertiary, nobody really knows anybody. Some are even open to friendships. That's when you get to connect with them. The key strategy here is to find a level of connection. And yes, this will take you out of your comfort zone because now you need to communicate with people. If you're lucky, you'll be placed in a class with a group of individuals who are highly dedicated towards their academic success. Therefore, it will brew an atmosphere of academic success. Therefore, it's easier for you to hold yourself to a higher standard because you're trying to lay the bricks in order to build up to that atmosphere. But that is not always the case. So therefore, you need to find that one connection that will hold you accountable to building your academic success. Moving on to friendships. These are the people that will have a high impact on the manner in which you think, the manner in which you talk, the manner in which you treat other people. Hence, it's so important to analyze the habits of the people you have around you. You want people who are forward thinking. They don't necessarily have to be in the same field as you, but they have to be dedicated towards something. Because therefore, it's easier for you guys to hold each other to a higher standard, to get you to perform at your level best. Because you don't want to slack because your friend is slacking now. You don't want to not prioritize your goals because your friend is not prioritizing their goals. Some people prefer to not have friends at all, but that shouldn't mean you're not interacting with other people. At the end of the day, we need other people. Those are the people that will help us take our next step. Those are the people that will give us the necessary connection we may need. They might help us learn something we never thought we needed to learn. So we do need each other. So interact with people. Don't make yourself a loner. Romantic relationships. This is where you might want to be really careful because this is one of the type of relations that might make or break your journey. Having a solid boyfriend or girlfriend can help you accelerate your journey. In the book, I elaborate on how I went through a rough patch. Having somebody helped me refocus my energy because I was losing myself. I was losing my behavior. I was acting out of character. That person helped me focus and reminded me of the person I want to be in future. If she had not done that, I do not know where I'd be today. That's how important romantic relationships come into play. Yes, you might get that from your friendships, but the more vulnerable you are, which is with your romantic partner, that is when they are able to understand the deeper levels of how you are feeling. Therefore, they know which buttons to press to bring you back to life and get you to focus on building yourself. By the way, I'm no relationship coach. That is what worked for me. And by sharing it, I'm hoping it might work for you too. Because sometimes you do not have those friends in which you can trust with your secrets. And the only person you think you can trust is your girlfriend or boyfriend. And there might be the people who are really understanding of your vulnerability at that point. There are certain red flags you need to be aware of once you start building these relationships. Toxic behavior, emotional manipulation are one of the few red flags you need to be aware of. Hence, I repeat, I emphasize, you need to analyze the habits of the people you have around you. Do they make you feel inferior for the way you think, the way you dress, the way you express yourself? Do they respect other people? In order for you to protect yourself within these relationships, you need to set boundaries. You need to be clear and communicate about what you do not accept and what you accept. If you do not do that, they will run over your head like you are nothing. So setting boundaries and clearly communicating will help you build and maintain those relationships. In my guide, The Unwritten Curriculum, I clearly elaborate the lessons I've learned through the interactions and relationships I built throughout my time in college. Make sure to get a copy of the ebook. The steps on how to get it will be in the description. It is a clear guide on how to thrive as a student in tertiary.